The worst, but probably one of the most important parts of your practice. I'm guessing that's what most people need help with.
Yeah. Tax planning, when we build a plan for people, taxes are the biggest part.
Wow.
I want to be able to eliminate taxes, or if we can, reduce them as much as possible to keep those funds inside the portfolio so they can compound on themselves. And if we can get into a tax-free space, that would be the perfect situation.
Yeah, sounds like tax-free is the best option for me. Yes, definitely. So sometimes I like to, when we're diving into a subject that I know very little about, I like to get a little context. Can you give us just a brief kind of history on taxes and where we're at now versus where we have been in the past?
So today, people feel like taxes are super high.
Yes.
Okay, when in actuality, we are at all-time lows for taxes. Okay?
Really?
You look back into the past. In the 70s, let's go back in time a little bit.
Okay.
In the 70s, what do you think the top tax bracket was in the 70s?
Oh gosh, I don't know. 50, I'm guessing.
The top tax bracket in the 70s was 70%.
Wow.
Okay.
I thought I was guessing high with 50.
And if we go back even farther, let's go back to the 50s. What was the top tax bracket in the 50s?
Maybe.
You think it was higher or lower?
I'm gonna guess it was higher.
It was. The top tax bracket in the 50s was 90%.
90?
Yeah.
I would never have guessed that high. I was gonna say maybe 75.
No, 90%, okay? Now, we had a president, Ronald Reagan. Everybody knows who Ronald Reagan was,
Of course.
right? Okay, before he was president, what was he?
An actor.
He was an actor, exactly. He was one of the highest paid actors at the time.
Oh, wow.
But we don't really see a whole lot of his movies because he didn't make a whole lot of movies.
Right.
Okay? And he did it because of the taxes. Every year, he would only make about 3 movies per year. Because if he made that 4th movie, it would push him into the 90% tax bracket. Then he'd be paying all of his money to the federal government, and the rest of it would just go to the state of California.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's fascinating.
And that's one of the reasons why he actually got into politics, and to help the middle class citizen with their taxes, stuff like that, because of the tax problems he had as an actor.
Wow, that is so interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's true because everyone knows that Ronald Reagan is an actor, but if you asked me to name one of his movies, I really couldn't.
No.
I can't think of a single one. That's so fascinating. So even as an actor, he was a very practical thinker.
Yeah, exactly. Now, today, the question is, who pays tax and who doesn't, okay? So we've got our 1%ers.
Right.
They don't pay tax. We all know that, right? They're using the tax code to their advantage, right? And then we've got about 50% of America they're in a lower income bracket, right? So they don't have to pay any tax because they don't make enough money.
Right.
So who does that leave to pay all the taxes that our country spends every year? The middle class.
Yeah.
It's about 47% of Americans are within that middle class, and they're paying on average between 25 to 36% in tax.
Wow.
Okay. So right now that feels expensive, but we're actually at all-time lows. So when we build a tax plan, we want to be able to, pay the taxes we owe,
Sure.
right? Do everything legally
Of course.
with the tax code, but we want to get rid of taxes in the long run. So when we build a tax plan, it's not about the short term where, yeah, we're going to have to pay some tax, but it's, do I want to keep paying taxes for the rest of my life? No.
No, thank you.
So let's eliminate them.
Wow. So if you had to say, what do you think about these proposed tax changes? And I don't mean politically, I mean mathematically, what do you have to tell us about the tax changes that we might have coming up on the horizon?
All I know is that taxes are going to go up. I don't think they're going to go up. I know they're going to go up. Okay?
I mean, if in the past it's been 70, 90%, you're right. Where we're at right now seems pretty low.
And they want the taxes to go up by 2026. Okay? So we've got about a 3-year window where we can pay taxes at cheaper rates, taxes that we owe, so that we can get those paid, and then down the road not have such a big tax impact because we know that the tax brackets are going up.
Right. That's so interesting. I feel like even that is some information that the average person doesn't know, that you can kind of take care of things preemptively tax-wise. You can pay more taxes now and pay less taxes later.
Exactly.
I think we all grow up with income tax is the most common kind of tax, and so we just figure you'd pay taxes with every paycheck and there's no way to get around it. But you're saying with other taxes you can kind of front load them so that then you don't have to worry about them as much later.
Exactly. And a lot of times people think, oh, market risk. I need to protect my portfolio from market risk. I need to
Right.
protect my portfolio from inflation. But what they forget is I need to protect my portfolio from taxes.
Yes.
Okay? So we want to be able to cut those tax brackets, or if we can, eliminate them so you don't have to deal with them anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. So when people approach retirement or when they're in retirement, I think that they assume, if they're like me, they assume that once you're not paying income tax, you don't have to worry about taxes as much because you don't have a paycheck coming from your job. Is that true, or are there different taxes that people have to worry about in retirement than they do when they're working?
There are. One of those taxes is going to be directly connected to the RMD, required minimum distribution.
Okay.
Okay? It's a ticking time bomb for taxes. People don't know what's going to happen. They get into retirement, they're pulling out a little bit from their portfolio probably. They're pulling their Social Security. They might have a pension or whatnot, right?
If they're lucky,
Yep.
right?
And then all of a sudden, in their later years, in their 70s, they're forced to pull out the RMD, required minimum distribution, and they have to pay tax on it.
Oh my gosh, so it really can kind of sneak up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All those things that you don't want to have to worry about when you're supposed to be relaxing and enjoying your golden years, right? That's why people need professionals like you. And then what is the effect on a person's income? Because I know, as you said, that you're taking distributions, you have, hopefully if you're lucky, a pension or Social Security. Do taxes affect all of those different streams of income in a retiree's life?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if you've got more income, you're gonna have higher tax brackets.
Oh my goodness, you would think after a whole lifetime of working hard that Uncle Sam would give you a break, but no, not the case, huh?
Too many people think, I'm gonna get into retirement and my tax brackets are gonna drop.
Right.
They end up staying in the same tax brackets for the rest of their retirement.
Oh, wow. So that's another surprise for them. Oh my goodness. Well, I hate to stop because I'm already getting so much info for you, but we do have to take a quick commercial break. Before we do, I want to be sure and tell our viewers at home that if you're feeling a little overwhelmed by all of this tax information, as I know that I am, I would encourage you to give Zach and his team a call at 888-512-0263. They will give you a complimentary consultation, an analysis of your portfolio, and let you know with mathematical certainty where you can be at in your retirement. They'll put everything in a beautiful binder for you to take home and have whenever you want to look at it, and they'll give you the peace of mind that you deserve once you get into those golden years so you can just relax and enjoy all of your hard-earned money. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on Spot on the Money.